Well, I thought it was about time to bring back Who Should You Choose. For anyone that is new to my channel and haven't been around the last few years, every weekday, essentially, I would upload a video and I would answer all of the prior videos' questions and comments and help you with your team's lineup decisions in HUT. Now, back then, it was a little bit easier to get to everyone's comments because you guys have all blessed me with subs, so it is going to be much more difficult to answer every single person's lineup question because what it ended up being was just everyone posting their full lineup and I had to go through it all. So this year I want to try something a little bit different. So here's how it'll work. In the comments of this video, in a first come first serve basis, if you are subscribed, as I will be sorting it by subscribers only, what I want you to do is post if you are free to play or pay to win. There's no shame in that. If you don't have a lot of time to play, you put some money into the game. This will allow me to know if you are able to build a very strong team or you're going to have to be a lot more careful with your lineup decision. Number 2, post how many coins you have currently at the time of the question. And then number 3, ask me a choice. So don't just put your whole lineup. If you are trying to figure out on defense, you want to replace someone that's on your third or second pair, right, your 3 right-handed defensemen. Once I know how many coins you have and if you're free to play or pay to win, I'll be able to give you some options. You can also use this as an Ask Me Anything, so if you want to know if you should activate certain abilities, or what you should do with your rivals' rewards weekly, or what fantasy cards you should go after, all you've got to do is ask. And I'll go through, for 15 straight minutes, I will go through all of the comments and try to help you out with your HUT lineup decision. So since I don't have any questions or comments to answer in this video, I'll go over my team and just some other lineup decisions that I think would help people out. So the first thing when it comes to constructing your lineup, here is what I would recommend focusing on first. Your first line forwards, these are going to be your most important players on your team. You can't score goals if your top line isn't producing, and these are the players that are going to get you all of your offense. The next most important thing, your second line of offense. Once you have your top 6 figured out, that's when you can switch over and start to focus on your defense. The third most important thing would be your first pairing defense. Again, these are going to be the guys that are on your, these are going to be the guys that you've got on the ice the most during the game on the back end, but they're not as important as your top 6 forwards because you're really not going to have as much offense from them, obviously. After you have your top 6 as well as your first pairing defenseman, then your third line. You want to complete your third line to round out your squad. After that, your second pair defense, and then your third pair of defense. Lastly, your fourth line. These guys aren't really going to see the ice all that much, especially if you're playing something like Rivals Burst. The fourth line is usually able to be consisted of either event cards or objectives that you're trying to get done. It's the last thing you should focus on. Technically, I guess goaltender would be as well, but goaltender is very easy. Just go get Jacob Markstrom. It's super cheap. On top of that, when you're building event cards or upgradable players, take note of how much it costs to upgrade the player, meaning that if you have to spend 2 power-up collectibles to get a tier unlocked, make sure that you're getting something worthwhile. For example, this Nico Hischier, while you'll get gold stick-em-up, fine ability, not as important on the offensive side of things as it is on the defensive side. He doesn't get any skating increases if you go to tier 6, meaning that you don't have to essentially burn a power-up collectible because once you refund them, you're only going to get 1 back. If you stay at tier 4, once you decide to move on from Nico Hischier, you can refund your power-up collectible that you've got in there. You can refund the other one as well. And the coins, you'll be able to get half of what you put in there back, meaning that this upgrade only costs you 5,000 coins in total. It's just a very good value to go about this. My current free-to-play team, the best card I have used all year round is the Heritage Classic Connor McDavid. Now, I got him before the game, and he's obviously going to go up to an 88 overall. He's already going for like 300,000 coins. So he's pretty much hit the max price that you're going to have to pay to get him. And he might go even higher because he's now out of packs and sets. So something to keep in mind, I really wouldn't pay 300K for him. But if he ever gets to like 220 again, I'd probably pull the trigger. This card has elite edges and wheels, and he has just been absolutely nuts for me, especially flying down the boards. When it comes to team builders, what team builder order should you do? I have a tier list that you can go watch in depth, but the first one should be, in my opinion, Joe Nieuwendyk. This card has been awesome. Your first line center is probably your most important card, essentially, because if you have a very good face-off centerman, you can pretty much start every game with the puck. He's got 92 face-offs and gold quick draw. Once you get decent at face-offs and understand the counters, I rarely lose with Joe Nieuwendyk at all. On top of that, Born Leader has a big buff this year that when you actually land big hits or block shots with the Nieuwendyk, you actually get a boost to energy, which is huge, obviously, because if you're either under full pressure and getting attacked, you can help save some of your players, or while you're dominating an opponent and you have full pressure activated, you can keep yours even higher. Some underrated cards that I've really liked so far, this Brendan Shanahan has been great. I haven't even used Unstoppable Force on him, but the combination of 6'3", 220, and 88 speed and acceleration has been fantastic. His body checking at 83, just been a really, really good power forward, someone that I would recommend grabbing. I got him for about 28,000 coins. In terms of defensive players to grab, the 2 training camp cards. These will cost you 4 gold players each. They are located in the training camp sets. All you've got to do is trade in 2 gold players. You will get a 79 overall training camp card. You need 2 of them, and then you can throw them into a set to get Dmitry Orlov or Dumba. Orlov has been one of my favorite budget buys so far to start the year. Silver Truculence, 86 body checking, 88 speed and acceleration is just really tough to find that value for the essentially 0 cost. Some icons to focus on early. Nick Lidstrom would be one. I've really liked this card. Left defense is pretty weak so far to start the year. 6'1", 88 speed and acceleration is a nice value. And again, you can upgrade his first tier because it only costs 1 power-up collectible, so even if you are going to turn these cards into Mario or Gretzky, you can, essentially rent an 85 overall version because you'll get the power-up collectible back. But at 86 overall, he's going to get gold quick pick, which is fantastic. So it's almost worth making 2 of them. I probably will because I really like Nick Lidstrom. And then lastly, if you're new to my channel, Jacob Markstrom has been incredible. I'm just using the one from the Heritage Classic. I really haven't used it online, just in squad battles, but the game day one, the 83 overall, unbelievable. So if you are just struggling to find a goaltender that'll work well for you, it honestly really won't matter what goaltender you have. Your defense and how you play the game is going to dictate how good your goaltender does. But if you want one that can at least give you a little bit of confidence in net, Jacob Markstrom would be my recommendation. Now, I will look to upload these videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. However, I won't throw out the fact that I might upload one on Tuesdays or Thursdays, but Monday, Wednesday, Friday is when I'm going to aim to do these. Again, don't give me your full lineup. If you want your lineup looked at, all you've got to do is come to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/nosleeves12. I'm live every afternoon, and I'll be happy to help your lineup decisions live on my Twitch stream. So I hope I can help answer your questions and comments, and again, thank you for everyone that has subscribed and watched all of my content so far. I'm trying to find different ways to give back to the community and help out with some of your lineup decisions. I hope this does it. So I'll see you next episode when I go through all of your questions and comments from this video. Have a good one, guys.